Hello and welcome to LaserBeam Live number 7. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Before we begin, let's do a quick test. Can you hear me and can you see me? Let's uh let's figure out the basics first before we get too deep into anything. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Let me know in the chat. Audio's good, visual's good. Success, Nicholas, success. What is up? Jack in the shop, koala carvings, Bill. Who else is in here? Grant, Nicholas. How are you guys doing? And a very big, warm, happy Thanksgiving from your Canadian neighbors to all our US viewers, our US customers, everybody who is celebrating Thanksgiving today. Very warm, happy Thanksgiving. Hopefully, your bellies are full and you guys are ready for some very boring live streaming. That's very good to hear. Full of turkey and ham, I see. Thank you for joining me, even though you guys are kind of a pretty big holiday. But thank you guys for joining me today. I appreciate that. I do have some sad news today. We weren't able to get our hands on some verifiably laser safe rubber, but we will still be making a stamp out of wood. We will be, cutting out, engraving a stamp. I 3D printed this handle, stamp handle, and then we're just gonna be hot gluing our stamp. And then we got some ink for our stamp as well. Hopefully you guys aren't too disappointed. We will be ordering online some laser safe rubber for the next live stream so I can continue, and this will be a part one to that part two. Hopefully you guys aren't too disappointed. We did have some rubber in the office, but unfortunately we did not have any labels, so I wasn't sure what was in it. Kind of take that as a lesson for you guys. If you don't know what's in your material that you're engraving, just don't engrave it. It's not worth it. You never know if there were some additives there that could actually create some very, very dangerous smoke for you guys. So, take a page out of my book. If you're not sure what the material is made of, we had rubber in the office. I just wasn't sure what type of rubber it was. I was looking for 100% natural rubber or some silicone rubber, but we just did not have any receipts or forms or packaging that would tell us what was in the rubber. So, I didn't want to take the risk. We are ordering laser safe rubber from Amazon, so that should be in the office for next LaserBeam Live. But this will be kind of a part one to the making a stamp. All right. First, I'm going to show you guys where I actually got. Sorry, let's share my screen here so I can show you guys where I actually got it. So I pulled it from Thingiverse. You guys are probably already familiar with the site Thingiverse, and I really liked the handle. It was simple, it was small, it was very quick to print. I think it took less than an hour to print. Um, hey, that's a pretty good tip, Jack. You guys can check out Jack's little tip here. I'm gonna star that for you guys. That's a great little tip. I'm also gonna send in the chat the link to the handle. So if you guys do have a 3D printer or want the exact handle that I got, you guys can check that out. You guys can also use the CNC and route something that's a handle, or use any type of other kind of fabrication process that you kind of have fun with to make the handle. You don't really need anything too, too specific or complicated. You could literally just have a block of wood, and as long as you have your little stamp at the end of it, you put some ink on it. I'm sure it's going to work. This just looks very, very official and very, very cool. And we have a bunch of printers here, so that's why I printed it. But you guys do whatever makes you happy. So today, I actually want to figure out. So this is something I don't actually know how to do. So this is gonna be fun. Uh, I'm gonna kind of make a habit of kind of learning things with you guys, rather than trying to figure it out, or doing things that I've already figured out before you guys, before I come online. So I actually want to. So I have some text here, right? And I want to, let's say, I want to change that up to, let's say I want to go with laser. Um, or actually, I just want to do live. So actually, I want to edit this. I want to do we're live, like that. And I have about an inch and a half square that I need to fill. So inch and a half should be about, 3, 8. And let's go up to 8. My text is too large right now. Hey, what's up, Bucky? Bucky's Customs in this in. Oh, we got a bit of got some spam. Hey, Dana, what's happening? How you doing? I'm not sure if you're in the U.S. I should probably know that, but happy Thanksgiving if you're in the U.S. Um, just trying to block all the spam bots in the chat. Let me know if you guys see any spam in the chat. I will get that blocked out of here. So I'm going to make this fit in here. And I actually want to change, because we have more room. I want to change. You know what? I'm going to separate these two so that I can change the text size here on the second one. And I want this to be a little bit larger because we have the extra space, so why not? We're live. So that's kind of what I want as my text. And we have a box here. And we want this to be fill. And if we can make this a little bit more wide, that's going to help, because we want some surface area so that we can create some really legible stamps here. We don't want our stamps to be so, like the lettering to be so thin. So we're bolding everything. So we're live. So what I need to do here is I need to find a way to invert, essentially fill and invert. That's kind of what I want to be doing here. So I want the box to fill, but I want the text to remain untouched. So what I want the laser to see, or what I want the code to be reading, is that everything in this box is black except the text. That would remain white, meaning that it is not going to engrave that. So what happens if I invert? So what I need to figure out is um, how to essentially invert the colorway. So I'm heading over to the LightBurn forum so that I can figure out how to reverse it. And if you guys already know, um, feel free to send it in the chat. So I believe that making a box with the same color and having the text be the same color as the box essentially will accomplish my goal. Whereas we can see everything here, everything that's inside. I think we figured it out because it is, we just want to remain everything. We wanted to engrave the box, but not the text. And I think we figured out how. I believe that if you have the same color, if the text and the box are the same color, and you put the text inside the box, it will engrave everything but the text, but only if they're the same color. Um, I think that's what we're getting here in the preview because when I select it all and I click preview, right now, only the E's at the end of the words are fully in the box. The R is not fully in the box. So what we should see when we preview it is that everything but the E's should be engraved. And that's kind of what we see. We see that this gets engraved, and we see that the text also gets engraved. But the two E's that are fully in the box are the only things that don't get engraved inside the box. So I think we kind of figured that out. So that was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. Now we can kind of just zero out our design. And we're live. So I actually want a super intense burn, right? So I actually don't want to go too fast. I kind of want to go, maybe even we're getting into what it would be, the same or similar settings as our cut settings. Maybe that's too slow, but I can always speed it up. But I kind of do want to finish it and let it, and then try another one if so. So we want 100% power. Um, and we just want it to go super slow because we want it to burn and create a ledge, a difference in height. We want to create a drastic enough difference in the height of our wood so that the top layer can absorb the ink while the bottom layer doesn't absorb the ink. So I might even put this as 5 and then run it 2 passes, right? And see how that comes out. So this is going to be a very trial and error project. Um, Stamp head 1. Now I should be getting, and sorry, I should be getting a long mill MK2 with a laser. I'm upgrading from a 3. Awesome, that's great to hear. Glad you're hopping on the long mill and laser beam train. We appreciate the support. Thanks for joining us today on the live stream. So we saved our files. Should be able to pull that up here. Stamp head 1. and we actually only see the engraving here. So I'm not sure we're getting the effect that we want to be getting. So so we can run a test and we can see, um, or we can do a little bit more research and we can save a little bit more time here, because what I'm seeing here is that we're going to be engraving exactly how it looks, which is like the text. But what we want is to almost engrave like an invert. So we're just doing some research on the LightBurn forum. Yeah, that's great to hear. Hello to our friend in Quebec. Bonjour. So I know inverting image with just using the color and the kind of the image processor editor in Lightburn. I've definitely done that before. I've just never actually just inverted the text, and that's what we're trying to find a solution here. So inverting on the cut and layer. You just need to do an offset of your square. It can be very small. Then you will see that fill mode does not touch the letters. So so what we so what Grant is saying is we need to do an offset of our square. It can be very small. Then you will see that the fill mode does not touch the letters. So we need to do an offset of our square. Doesn't have to be very small. So it doesn't have to be very large. Let's try 0.1. All right. And then let's try to preview. I do see the invert button. I'm not sure if that affects the code that we send to. Sorry. So we're supposed to, so we duplicate and then offset. Duplicate the square. Do we realign it with our, you guys are now the teacher. Do we realign the square with our original square or do we move it somewhere else? After we duplicate the square, all right, guys, what do we need to do here? We duplicate and then do we create an offset? So I duplicated, then I'm going to create an offset. And then what happens here? So duplicate and then offset from where it is. So should be able to put this back at 0, 0. Oh, sorry, not copy and paste, duplicate. We need the actual duplicate function. Duplicate, then offset. And I'm not 100% sure if that's what we're looking for, but let's see what it looks like. So I'm probably still doing something wrong here. We have our original here. We can we can so we could convert to bitmap, yes. Ah, So we could do negative image like that. Let's see. So I don't need to duplicate the original box. You only need to offset the box. So we offset it. Hey Grant, why don't you if you could send that video in the chat, in the live chat, that would be great. And then we select the text first, then the box, then preview it. Let's see. Let's see what we're looking at. You could just paste it, just post it in the chat. Oh, I can pull it up. And then hold the box while holding shift. Preview. Oh yeah, you could just you could just send the link in the chat, Grant. I'll star it for anybody else um, who needs the information that I'm kind of currently getting from you guys. There we go. So this is what we were trying to achieve, and it looks like we achieved it by using the techniques that Donald, Grant, and F8 TH01. I'm just calling them F8. So F8, Grant, and Donald were kind of we're going in the direction of when we make a box around our text, then we offset that box. Then now everything inside the box will now remain untouched in terms of engraving, and then it'll fill everything else. So what we also need to do, and I'm not sure if we can do this, is now we need to add cut lines for this. So our original box 38. So now we need a cut line to actually cut out our piece of wood. So we do need it to be 38 by 38. We do need it to line at 0, 0. And then we do want to run this a few times um, with the Z step down pass being, if we run it 5, or let's say 5 times, and it's 3 millimeters, then we're running it at about 0.6 drop down pass. And I want to see if this kept our negative properties, or did by adding that extra cut line, did we ruin what we had before? So that's what we wanted in the end. We're making a stamp, so we want the negative of the image or the text. There we go. That's what we wanted. So we have the negative and we have our cut lines all in one. We are now ready to proceed. So we can now turn on our driver. Uh, I will just prep our wood here. Our wood is a little bit warped, but one corner seems to be better than the others. So I'm just going to be using that corner. And we will be using our focus finder here. Just raise that up by a little bit. That seems to be good. I am going to be putting on my safety glasses. Damn it, guys. Thank you. Thank you for catching that. I do need to mirror the text. Just let me know where I'm sending the invoice, guys. You guys are the real instructors today. You guys are the real LaserBeam Live instructors. Now we are good. Now we just need to hope that our power is enough to actually create an indent so that, so we are good on the focus height. We can now test our laser. Now, line it up. That looks good. Going to zero everything. And we're now going to start our job. So what we're I'm gonna go ahead and stop it right now because we are only engraving the outside. Um, it's almost only doing the offset. We're on dip switch 5. Um, I'm gonna try fill all shapes at once. Turn off the cut layer, do it last. Yeah, we could do that. I could separate them. We can see if that makes things a little easier. All right, let's see. Let's see if we're working a little bit better now. Hmm. What seems to be happening is that it wants to do the offset layer. It wants to do the box, but not actually engrave the rest of it. So it doesn't seem like we're getting the inside of the box engraved. Hmm. Is our constant power selected? So we're going to have to remove the inside box. So we got to remove the non-offset box. And well, that. Will this be the almighty file that gives us what we want? remove the offset box, we go back to engraving the text. Or when we remove the non-offset box. So we're having some bad luck here. Yeah, exactly. Trial and error, more error than try. Yeah, exactly. That's a weird one. I think this is constant power. I think that's the only thing I changed on this one. And we're running into the same issue. Jasper, the laser power is at 100%. Dip switch level 5. Maybe I could convert to bitmap. And then put it as a negative image. And then I want 25. Whoop. Nope, that's not going to work because we don't have any color in the actual image. Oh, guys, I thought I was. I'm so sorry. Here's what I did. I typed in the text. I drew a square around it. I changed the fill. So let's do Grant. So I just did one. Here's what I did. I typed the text. That's what we did. I drew the square around it. I changed it from fill to line. You selected only the square and offset it. So we're on line. We offset. Then I selected the outer square and the text and clicked on fill mode. Right. So we have the offset. Then you select the outer square, like that, and the text. And now we're at fill. So let's try that. Let's save the G code. And let's see what happens now. Fingers crossed. I'm getting the same issue. I don't know what's happening. I feel like I'm in a bad movie. So I may have two offsets. So it looks like I only have the. Okay, I'm gonna just do this again. Let's do box, uh, 38 by 38. Um, you selected the outer square. Hey Grant, could you just post the video that you are referencing? The you said it was a 4 minute video. I wouldn't mind just watching it on stream. If you wouldn't mind posting that in the chat, Grant. I know you're trying your hardest to give me the instructions, but I feel like I'm just missing something here. I feel like I'm missing something here. So yeah, you have the offset. Oh, I can't. Maybe it's blocking the link. Maybe it's blocking the link. Uh, it might just be blocking it because it might just be trying to avoid spam in the chat. Um, I'm going to try to find an offset video here. LA Hobby Guy and then coin. Okay, thank you. YouTube, we are now a React channel. Let's go to LA Hobby Guy. and then point. I'm not sure if this is the right one, but let's give it a watch. Sorry for the ads, guys. And oh, sorry, guys. Uh, let me see. Um, Sent, stop screen, share screen, screen number 2, share system audio. Okay,
it touches in any direction.
can you guys hear that?
Dragging from the right will only select everything that is encompassed within that square. So now you see the outside circle is not completely encompassed inside the square. Well, it won't select the outside circle. So that's just a little tip. So we're going to drag from the right to the left and just select the outside circle. Then we're going to come over here to the offset tool. We're going to click on that, and that's good, just the way it is, 0.01. That's a good offset. That's enough to do what we want to do. And by creating that offset now, if I come into fill mode, you'll see that we have now set the letters not to be touched. Only the background is going to be engraved. And if you're wondering how I see the preview without clicking the preview button, that's up here. If you come to window, the default setting is going to be wireless, wireframe. Okay, we're going to do that again. The default setting is going to be wireframe coarse or wireframe smooth. You'll be in one of these modes. If you set it to filled coarse or filled smooth, then what will happen is you'll see a preview on your screen.
Okay, let's start off by doing that in the window because we want to, you kind of want to keep a handle on things. So we want to make that line. That's the first, that was kind of the first step there.
Okay, so now with that tongue twister out of the way, now we've got exactly what we want. But this is not the trick. So let's find out what the trick really is. Oops, look at that. Okay, I'm gonna grab everything now. I don't even know why I have to move it, but I'm moving it to the middle. So now you very rarely see me work in current position. I'm using this is the X tool, D1 current position, top left, and that's where search for origin. You'll find it. So now the job origin, where this job will start, is right here. And if I come over here, you'll see I have it set up in that spot right there. So it's going to go, this looks good, fill, okay. I've turned overscanning off, and I don't want to do it in a 0 degree angle. In other words, left and right. And I don't want to do it in a 90-degree angle going up and down. I want to do it in both. And, in time gone by before LightBurn.
Okay, so that's all I need to know. So we are all lined up. We are lined. Our window is filled. So we are all lined up. Take our offset, and we don't even have to make it a large offset. We can make it as small of an offset. And then I kind of forgot what he did after.
The preview by fill mode, you'll see that. So now you see the outside circle is not completely encompassed. That's just a little tip. So we're going to drag from the right to the left and just select the outside circle. Then we're going to come over here
Just
just
the
the way.
offset circle.
And by creating that offset now, if I come into fill mode, you'll see that offset now. If I come into fill
So
mode,
now he switches it back to fill. So he created an offset. Now he changed to fill. Now this is what we want. So let's try saving that G code. Please tell me this is the right. Please tell me we did it the right time, like the right way. um, that does not look good, but I think let's try getting that at 0, 0, and let's save. All right, stamp head. I feel like we did everything correctly, but yeah, it does look right, and let's just give it a try. We don't got nothing to lose here, so let's give it a try. So it actually looks like I had it right like one of the first times, but because the visualizer didn't wasn't able to kind of detect what I was trying to do, I backed out thinking that G Sender wasn't going to do what I asked it to do, but but from the beginning it worked. So my issue here was that I tried the technique in the beginning. Yeah, this is definitely going to be something I'm going to bring up to Chris and the team, because I don't think they have a lot of insight on doing the negatives of image, and I don't have a lot of insight on doing the negatives of image. So that's something that I can work towards, and we're gonna be doing this again next week, and then I can get them some good insight to kind of fix that bug, and hopefully the guys who are working on it will be able to kind of fix that issue. So that's good. So we had it the right way the first time. Thank you guys all for being. Um, we'll see how the letters come out. There might be some burning there, so we might need to turn down or we might need to speed things up next time and maybe go for some more passes. Um, F8th, I'll catch you on the next one. Koala, do you ever run it with the laser or with the fan? Are you talking about the air assist? because we were using it the last couple times when we were doing the cutting the paper and everything, and it was kind of helping. Um, but this time I just removed it. Yeah, so we the last couple streams, I think I was running it with the air assist, and I usually do if I'm doing any cutting. Um, Most of the time, I'm just a little bit lazy, so I either have it always on or always off, just out of pure laziness. So yeah, it does help with the cutting, and even now I'm seeing some flames pop up, and the air assist would be helping with that. So it is not doing a full burnt square. It is noticing where the text is. I just think the uh, text might be too thin to get the results that we really want out of it. The air assist does help to diminish flame. So yeah, yeah. So it blows away debris for cutting. It blows away the smoke and particulate. So it creates a better path for the laser. But it also the constant air also keeps little flames from popping up. I kind of want to even if I could show you guys that would be pretty cool. Um, I could try just plugging the fan in, and I don't know if you guys can see that, but there was flames popping up, and now that it has like the air, there's no longer flames kind of popping up. Yes, I am using G Center Edge. I am using G Center Edge. So I'd actually be curious to see. Um, I'd actually be curious to see if that same issue pops up in the regular G Sender, because we did add some extra like visualization here. I'm glad you like the diodes. Um, Wait, are you saying your Ortura power is great or the LaserBeam power is great? So I don't think we're gonna get the best results here, just because I think the heat overall is really um, leaking to where the untouched texts were, right? So I'm realizing I'm not gonna get clean edges because the heat itself is darkening the untouched areas. So I might not get the best results on this one. I kind of already have a feeling on that. No, guys, we support all of you, no matter what laser you get, as long as you get the long mill. Don't hit us up for customer support if you have none of our products, but you bought bits from us. We are not your technical support. You have to at least bought one of our products in order to get the technical support. Yeah, so I feel like next week we're gonna have a grander time. Um, we're gonna have a much better time actually running this. So I think I'll let this run till the end. But actually, I lied. I'm gonna stop it now because I don't think we're gonna get the results that we're hoping for. And I'd rather just chat with you guys. It's not bad. It's just that it's very dark over the text. I'm glad you guys got I'm glad you got the free bit. Okay, I stopped the job. Koala influenced me. So we were getting the raised text. Let me switch camera view. So we were getting some raised text, as you could see. It's hard to see, but we were getting the text. There just wasn't like any height to it, right? There wasn't any height to it, right? Because the wood is going to be harder. You're going to require more passes to get it a deeper engrave, um, to really get the level change so that we can actually use this as a stamp, right? So I am going to be trying the rubber, but why don't I talk to you about some laser development? So last time or last few times, I showed you a 3D model of the new heatsink where we have the T-track slidings for more, accessory adding and stuff like that for the future, kind of future proofs, different mountings. Um, we had just the one piece of copper that gets screwed directly into the aluminum rather than two pieces of copper screwing into each other and then getting put into the aluminum via set screw. And now we have our samples. So now you can see the actual design. Oh yeah, I love that, Jack. We have a the plasma cutter is just the funniest, the best idea ever, and the most dangerous. So you deserve the free bits because you might just like cut a finger off. You never know. But you can see the actual prototype here, and we're going to be completing our heat dissipation test, which is just a fancy way of saying that we run the laser a bunch of times on full power for over an hour straight, and then we measure the temperature from 2 points. One point is where the diode actually sits inside the body relatively, and then one is where the copper is, because it has direct contact with the actual diode, the thing that's producing the heat. And then we just look at those temperatures over like an hour long job. Um, if you see the waste material, you can kind of see the job for doing heat testing, and it takes about an hour and a half, literally, of just going around in a circle at 100% and 2 millimeters per second. So it does 6 passes on each square, and there's 7 squares total, and then it just runs at 100% dip switch 5, so puts the laser through its paces, and we just measure the temperature of the heat sinks using a thermistor, um, with some heat resistant tape at 2 points. So same 2 points. And then we run the test. We ran the test today on our old laser body, the aluminum and heatsink. And tomorrow we're going to be completing the test on our samples of our new aluminum. And that's kind of where we're at with that. So by tomorrow we'll know whether the upgrades in design gave us more heat dissipation, um, or if we have to go ahead and try to improve even more to kind of get the heat dissipation down. So yeah, I wasn't sure. Were you talking cost of the aluminum or hmm, what costs are you talking about? Honestly, I'm not gonna know the specific cost of these parts off the top of my head. We do work with a supplier overseas that we've been working with for a long time, and they do a lot of custom precision manufacturing for us. And we have a so we have a long kind of relationship with this company, and they've done a lot of good work for us. Um, and so yeah, we feel pretty confident with them, but we still get samples for every little thing that we make, every little change on a part that we make so that we can test it against old parts, and we can make sure that we're actually getting the results that we're paying for and that we're designing for. So um, that's kind of where the new heat sinks are at. So we're going to be completing the testing tomorrow, and then we're going to be moving on from there. Um, so guys, You can make a stamp out of wood. You can use the offset function that all you guys taught me today. I know Grant, you were really putting in your your tutor hat here. And shouts out to the Louisiana hobby guy or hobby king, or sorry, let me get his video. Let me get his channel right because we did use his content to learn a thing or two. The Louisiana hobby guy, he created this awesome LightBurn tutorial, and we only had to watch a few minutes of it to get it right. Even though you guys, I did find this method in the LightBurn forum, and I did it to begin with, but yeah, no, you guys are funny. You guys are funny. Yeah. But unfortunately, the G sender doesn't recognize the negative image, or it didn't recognize the negative image. And he ended up literally, we ended up literally going through a series of doing it again and again and again and again and again and again until we literally just couldn't, until we just tested it out, and it ended up being just a G sender preview image. So I'm glad we kind of figured that out. Um, you guys are very funny in the chat. Um, I wish you guys could all work. In a sense, the real job is the laser projects we did along the way. That's the real job, guys. I appreciate your support, guys. You guys did not have to come watch me. I know a lot of you guys are American. I know a lot of you guys got the itis right now, are very tired, getting ready to go in and put in a third shift in the dining room uh, for that leftover turkey. I know you guys got pie and everything ready to go. So I do want to just give you guys a big thank you and a big happy Thanksgiving for joining me tonight and for kind of just watching me mess around with things and mess things up. And you guys are the best. You guys are literally the best. I'm always learning. I'm always going to be here to learn. I'm always going to be here to teach um, to anybody who doesn't know. And I will try to trickle the knowledge down from you guys, from the forum, from everything down to me. As I learn, I trickle it down to the rest of the customers who might not have access to you guys because you guys are the best, and who might not be able to dig through all the forums in the right way to find the answer. Um, Grant, thank you so much. You have an excellent night. Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you so much, Dana. You guys are the best. Jack, oh, time to go for round three, baby. The night's not over until you're in a coma. Take it easy. Um, Damn, koala carvings. He's the real MVP. Uh, yeah, no, these guys are the best. CNC Labs is really the best. They kind of let me grow at my own pace, and they do right by me, and they do right by everybody here. And yeah, we just love the culture and everything about it. So yeah, Grant, you guys have a great night. Koala, I know you got to go run the plant. You are the best. Definitely have a drink for me. Um, Guys, I'm going to end the stream there. Thank you very much. Oh yeah, whenever you're in our town, whenever you're in our side of the woods, come by the office. We'll have a beer. You can check out what all the engineers are working on, and yeah, that'll be a great time. So yeah, guys, you guys are the best. I can't honestly say it enough. Like I'll say it again. You guys are the best. I will catch you guys on the next one. The next live stream, I will have the rubber, so we will be able to engrave things a lot faster, and we kind of already did a lot of the due diligence in terms of getting to the negative image, and getting reversing the text. So we kind of did a lot of the boring work this time, and then next time we'll be able to just throw some rubber on and engrave some stuff, uh, glue it onto a stamp, and start stamping away. We're live. So you guys take care. This is LaserBeam Live. Might not have been the most informative one, but maybe it actually was. If you were looking for the same information that I was looking for, hopefully you learned something. Again, to all our Americans out there, happy Thanksgiving. To everybody who joined us, um, For everybody who joined us, you guys have a great time. You guys have a great night. And I will catch you on the next one. All right. Bye.